This past year, the NFL lost some of its favorite sons. We remember them.
From down Georgia way comes Charley Trippy, genuine triple threat, a great competitor, a fine defensive player, and a team man.
He sure was. Trippy led the Cardinals to their last NFL title back in 1947 and retired as the league's all-time leader in total offense.
And here's Charley Trippy on a 75-yard run for a touchdown. Watch him go, and what a run, the longest of the game. All the way for another 6 points for those high-flying Cardinals.
High-flying, sure, but for real altitude, you need a jet. And no one dominated the airways like Don Maynard. The man called country called it a career only after setting the records for most catches and receiving yards.
I came to play and I came to stay. Football was a game, Country Don was the name. I played the best, and I believe I passed the test. I'm glad this over, I need some rest. God loves you, I love you too.
Charley Taylor eventually broke Maynard's record for most career catches, but it took him a long time to know how good he really was.
You don't really realize that until you're recognized by being put in the Hall of Fame. Then you say, you sit back those quiet moments and say, it's pretty damn good, yeah?
John Hadl may not have looked the part, but he's the only man to ever lead both the AFL and NFL in passing yards. The Mad Bomber was the master of the explosive play, but Daryle Lamonica didn't love his nickname right away.
I didn't like it at first. It had like, throwing the ball crazy, but then I thought about it, and I really utilized it as a tool.
The last player to wear 00 knew the power of going deep, and Ken Burrow proved it in 1975 by leading the league in receiving yards. Len Dawson led the AFL in passing 6 times, and his MVP performance powered the Chiefs to a win in Super Bowl IV.
25, he cuts back, 20, he's going to go! Len Dawson leads the field. Len Dawson, listen to the crowd.
Nice going, Leonard. Nice going, baby. Nice going.
We'll miss the moxie of Lionel Little Train James, the keen mind of John McVay, who kept a 49ers dynasty on track, the smooth style of Dwayne Haskins, the giant smile of Ross Browner, Dave Butts, whose tackles swallowed opponents whole, and Tony Siragusa's whole appetite for life.
They're on the Atkins diet. I've been on that Atkins diet, man. How do I look? Pretty good, don't I? Be honest. Look, when I walk away, check my ass out. Look, look, look. What do you think?
Johnny Greer knew the game inside and out, but knew better than to prove it.
Okay. You should have told me, Phil, you want a timeout. Yeah, okay. And then they would accuse me of coaching, all right?
You can't coach the kind of intensity that Jim Lynch played with for 11 years, or the klepto-quickness of Brig Owens. Some guys just make plays. Like Lars Tate, whose up and over dipsy-do remains a play for the ages. Though Marion Barber's miraculous escape gives it a run for the money.
Get out of the end zone! Unbelievable! Oh, my!
Still, for runs that can't be reconciled with reason, Hugh McElhenny remains the king.
I had a pretty good day. I scored 5 touchdowns. 3 of them were called back, and we won. Came in the locker room, and like all games, everybody gets a game ball. And Frankie Albert, he was our captain, stands up and he has the game ball. He's going to give it away, and he says, "McElhenny, you're the king of the halfbacks," and threw me the game ball. And it just stayed with me, the king.
Marlin Briscoe was royalty too, the first black starting quarterback in pro football. Ray Guy made history by becoming the only full-time punter to ever be elected to the Hall of Fame. He had punting down to a science.
They took one of the balls and had it studied at Rice Institute for helium. There really wasn't any helium in the ball. That Ray Guy's just a great punter.
Gino Cappelletti was a great all-rounder and the last position player to also place kick.
I loved to kick, I loved to punt, I loved to run. I mean, I had a genuine passion for the game, I really did.
We also said goodbye to Don Perkins, a bulldozer in cleats with a knack for finding the end zone. Though it helped he had a Hall of Fame tackle out in front. If you were a cowboy, Rayfield Wright always had your back.
No matter how many awards or accolades you receive, that you will be never greater than the team.
Dan Reeves was one of those teammates, but his true calling was on the sidelines, where he won 201 games as a head coach, taking 2 different teams to the Super Bowl.
All right, gang, this is what we worked for a long, long time.
It might be even longer before anyone toasts another player who had his own army. Franco Harris was never outflanked on a football field, which helped the Steelers to 4 Super Bowl wins in 6 years.
Franco Harris, he's been number 1 today, the most valuable player.
And it's Franco Harris. The touchdown for the Steelers.
When I came into the league, my first thoughts were, man, I'd like to win a Super Bowl. And how unbelievable was it that we did it again and again and again.
But his greatest moment will never be repeated. It's hard to believe it ever happened once.
Bradshaw running out of the pocket, looking for somebody to throw to, fires it downfield. And there's a collision. It's caught out of the air. The ball is pulled in by Franco Harris. From out of nowhere came Franco Harris, riding a white stallion, heading up Franco's Italian army.
An immaculate reception in a remarkable career.
I love being a running back. I love those, those tough games, those big games. I loved it. I just loved it.